Hello and welcome to this week's Fibro section. I've not done one of these in ages, have I? I might not even have that jingle anymore because I've changed laptops, so I've changed all my stuff. So apologies if I don't have that jingle. If I do have that jingle, I'll put it in. So we've got the trusted notepad. I have no idea if I've got that jingle. I don't think I have. I'll have to come up with a new one. New trusted notepad. Can you see? There we go. So it's all iridescent. There. New trusted notepad. So for this week's Fibro section, did I write it in here? Oh yes, I did. I wrote it on pacing. Well, I researched it on pacing. Sorry about the foliage in there, but it looks quite nice. We'll roll with it. So pacing is something that I'm particularly bad at, and I thought, I've heard a few people comment on it, so I thought I'd look into it. So pacing is an essential technique for mastering chronic pain and involves taking a break before you need to. Pacing may reduce the severity of flare-ups, which is always a good thing, isn't it? So how do I pace? Step 1. Set the baseline. The key is to work out how long you can do a task without a pain flare. Step 2. Repeat the task daily. Step 3. Increase by 10% per week. Don't worry, I'm going to go into all this later because I've got a chart. Or whatever increase you can cope with. So 10%, being the base for it. Step 4. Build up your activity levels using SMART goals. Step 5. Small bits often. And step 6. Take regular planned relaxation periods. So examples of habits which are unhelpful if you have chronic pain are sitting down for long periods of time, which I understand is something that we do, especially if we're having a flare-up day. We tend to rest more, but it's really important to still move as well. So yes, rest, but have times when you get up and move around, even if it's just stretching or just walking around your garden. Just do something. Doing jobs all in one go. Now, can we all put our hands up? We must all. I know I have done this. I probably do it on a weekly basis, to be honest. If you can see something moving in the background, Evie's on the bed behind the cushions. So don't think we've got some sort of ghost. It's an Evie dog. So yeah, doing jobs all in one go is something I think we're all very guilty and capable of. Doing all the housework in one day. Now, I used to do that before I made a housework chart. And I'm going to be making a Fibro section at some point on breaking up your housework and housework tips for a chronic illness. So I have made a couple before, but I will be making some new ones. So look out for those, make sure you're subscribed. The aim of pacing is to achieve and then maintain a fairly even level of activity energy levels throughout the day. Say you did all your jobs in the morning, but then had to rest all afternoon. Neither is being helpful to your body. And again, I'm really guilty of that. I tend to try and get all my jobs out of the way and then sit down. Since researching this, I have changed the way I do things. So I tend to think, right, you've sat down for a little while, now get up and do something. Or, right, you've done that, go and sit down or go and have a rest. It's very hard though. There are 3 main elements to pacing. Take frequent short breaks, gradually increase the amount you do, and breaking up tasks into smaller bits. For example, instead of dusting and hoovering, do one thing instead of both at once. Pacing should be applied to all your activities, work and leisure. Pacing can be tricky as we want to try and keep up with our friends and family. Finding a baseline. Choose an activity, for example, sitting, standing or walking. Note the length of time you are able to do this, and your baseline will be half of that time. So say the maximum you could stand up would be for 10 minutes. So your baseline would be 5 minutes. Breaking down tasks. Many activities may seem daunting, but can be broken down into steps or stages. For example, cooking a meal can be broken down into separate stages. Baselines are used in each stage. So first you collect the ingredients required, which would mean walking for your baseline time. So say your baseline for walking was 10 minutes. So 5 minutes would be your baseline there. Cooking the food is the next step, whether walking or sitting on a stool in the kitchen. So again, it's your baseline for walking or sitting. Laying the table, then eating. At each stage, use your baseline time before either changing position, having a rest or moving. Here is an example of a pacing plan. By using a baseline for your abilities, you can organise activities to time and not to pain, giving you more control. Using a baseline leads to improved tolerances and achievement when used with goal setting. Having chronic pain can lead to a reduction in activities carried out, either from those activities increasing the pain or through anticipation of the activities increasing the pain. I mean, how many of us done that? Oh, if I do that, it's going to cause more pain. How do we know? How do we know it is? It might not. Or we might be instigating that pain. You may also find that previous attempts to increase your activity on good days have left you feeling worse later, and then therefore it puts you off. Goal setting is about identifying what you would like to be able to do and working towards achieving it. First, identify what you would like to be able to do. For example, gentle stretches twice a day, walk to the end of the street and back, return to work, that's mine, enjoy going to the cinema. If you have more general goals like improving walking or improving your social life, you need to break them down into smaller chunks, like a walk to a friend's house or meet a friend once a week, instead of just saying socialising or walking. Try to make the goals specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely. Are you going to do it, and is it the right time? Don't panic. Don't panic if you don't achieve your goal. Think about why it might be that you need to reduce your goal or break it up even more. I have included the link in today's topic in the description, where you can find all these charts to print off yourself. So have a go and let me know how you get on. So going through the chart, so you need to put in walking to somewhere. So say you've been walking to the park, which is what, 5-minute walk. So, and you really want to walk to the shop, which is like a 10-minute walk, but you know you can't do that 10 minutes. So you put your baseline goal as walking to the shop, and then you know that it's going to take 10 minutes, and you know that your 5 minutes is your baseline. So you remove that to 2.5 minutes. Do you see what I mean? You halve that again, and then each day you go out and you walk for the 2.5 minutes or however many minutes your baseline is, and then you increase it every week. So you do that every day for a week, and then you increase it the following week until you can get up to 10 minutes. This is the pain clinic's idea. There's my Tesco delivery. This is the pain clinic's idea of pacing. So pacing in our eyes is doing a job and then resting, doing a job and then resting, which is true. Right, so as I was saying, shopping's put away. Anyone else hate shopping day? Anyway, yes, pacing. So we all know pacing, as you do a job, maybe 10 minutes, then you rest for 20. That's one form of pacing, and that's what I thought pacing was. But this has come from, like I say, the pain management team, and this is what they want us to do. They want us to try and increase our activity, not decrease it. So it's all about doing something the same way for a week, the same amount. So maybe it would be dusting the house. So how long could you dust the house for normally, like comfortably? Could you do it for 5 minutes? Could you do it for 10 minutes? And then half that time and do it like that every day for, well, not that you want to dust every day for a week, but it's just an example. But yeah, obviously we know also pacing is about pacing yourself and what you are able to do. So hopefully this video has been a bit of an informative video for you, because everybody knows what the general pacing gist is, but it's just interesting to know what the pain management team, their idea of pacing and what they want us to do. So if you want to increase an activity over time, it could take weeks, it could take months to do that. And they said you might dip back, so maybe 1 week you've increased it to 5 minutes from 2.5 minutes, and then the next week you feel so tired that you go back to 2.5 minutes, you know. So it's a very gradual process, but it means that you can gradually increase your activity and not decrease it. So just another way of looking at pacing. But don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, because there'll be more fibro sections. It's not going to be every Wednesday now, because I'm really enjoying doing the different Wednesday uploads as well. So you'll get an occasional fibromyalgia one, but there are so many fibro sections to look back on. So any that you've missed, just go and check them out. Or if there's anything that you think, oh, I really want to know about that, obviously let me know and I can try and make a video on it at some point. Okay, take care, love you all lots, see you on Saturday for the weekly. Mwah.